briefly about reciprocals. So to start off, it asks, what is a reciprocal? Okay, so for example, let's say we had 1 over 2, 1/2. The reciprocal is what we call the multiplicative inverse. So if I multiply some number times another number, it needs to equal 1. So if I take 1/2, I need to multiply by something in order to equal to 1. I know I need to get like 2 over 2, which would reduce to 1. In order to get a 2 on the numerator, I'm going to flip this fraction over. So 1/2 times 2 over 1, I do top times top is 2, bottom times bottom is 2. That would reduce to 1. So that's what a reciprocal is. Now we're going to talk about what the opposite reciprocal. You could also see the word negative here instead. It's the same thing. All right, so if we have a whole number, you're going to put it over 1. So I can do that for all 4 of these in example 1. The reciprocal part, like we just talked about, means I flip it over. So 2 over 1, if I flip it, my 1 goes to the numerator and my 2 goes to the denominator. Now we have to do the negative or the opposite part. This was originally positive, so now I'm going to make my answer negative. Okay, so the opposite reciprocal, opposite is the sign, the reciprocal is flipping it. All right, so let's do the next one then. I'm going to flip my fraction, so I have 1 over 4. Originally it was negative, but I changed the sign and now it's positive. All right, I'm going to flip over 1 over 1. That's still just 1. Originally it was negative. Now I will change the sign to make it positive. All right, then one more. I'll flip them over. So I have 1/10. It's originally positive, so now it'll be negative. Okay, now let's do example 2. If you're already given a fraction, you're still doing the same idea. I'm still flipping it over. So 1/2 flipped over would be 2 over 1. We're just going to write 2, though. That's how we write it in our equations. It was positive, so now I make it negative. All right, next one. Flip over 2/5. Now it would be 5/2. It was originally positive, so now it'll be negative. Again, let me just show you how it's the reciprocal. So 2 times 5 would be 10. 5 times 2 is 10. When I multiply those together for all of the ones we've been doing, they always equal 1. Okay, so that was just to remind ourselves what we're doing here. All right, let's flip over to 2/7. Originally it was negative, so now it's positive. All right, and the last one, flip it over 100 over 1. We just write 100. It was negative, so now it is positive. All right, go ahead and press pause and complete these 6 problems in the practice section. All right, you should have completed these by now. If not, you're pressing pause until you do. And I'm going to have you check your answers. For the A, you should get positive 1/2. B, you should get negative 6. C, you should get positive 10. B, positive 7/3. E, negative 3. And F, positive 1/3. Notice on these bottom 2, this problem is the answer for F. This answer is the problem for F. So these are opposite reciprocals of each other. That might have been made a little easier for you. Okay, so nice job.